We set about, of course, to create an expungement or record restriction unit. And a record restriction or expungement means that for folks who fit a particular criteria, non-violent, don't have a lengthy criminal history, but have some mark or some blemish on their record, they may fit the criteria where we can erase that such that they can be better prepared and present better in employment situations.
Residents lined up for a second chance at life. People like Adam Bauer Keller, who finally walked free and clear of all charges on this day.
Everybody pushed us through and got something that was in my background that's been haunting me for a long time, just completely expunged, and I'm very, very happy about that.
The Office of the Fulton County Solicitor General created a misdemeanor expungement division in early 2017 to offer year-round access to apply for criminal record restrictions. The office partners with county agencies and community partners to provide that same service during what they call their Restorative Justice Record Restriction Summit.
Almost 1,000 people jammed the Impact Event Center in East Point this week. They were looking for jobs offered by 35 of Metro Atlanta's top employers. But this job fair had an unusual twist. It was a first-of-its-kind effort by the Solicitor Generals of Fulton, DeKalb, Clayton, and Douglas counties to help job candidates fast-track the restriction and the expungement of arrest records. Fulton County Solicitor General Keith Gamage hopes that joint programs like this one expand throughout the state.
We've spoken with prosecutors from across the state who are interested, and we hope that this model, this collaboration, suggests to them that it's the right thing to do and that it is the just thing to do.
The alternatives can be daunting and lifelong. If you have an arrest record, even if you pled not guilty or the case has been dismissed for a misdemeanor, it can have a profound effect on you trying to get a job. For Tanita Miller, she's been turned down more than 20 times for jobs. Why? Because she has an arrest on her record from something that happened 15 years ago.
I want to move forward into trying to get back into the medical field.
Miller has 2 children, both of them in college, and she wants to move on with her life and with a full-time job.
The job that I want to do, I cannot do it because of my background, and that's hardship. And it's making it hard for me to pursue and go on because of my background. If I get my background clean, I can get any job I want.
In long lines outside the IBEW building in Southwest Atlanta, residents patiently waited to get the help many had hoped to receive for years. This was the Restorative Justice Freedom Summit, complete with prosecutors, public defenders, judges, and jobs. The Fulton Solicitor had worked with other county departments in 2017 on a records restriction program, but this was the first one that included labor professionals and civic partners. The Georgia Justice Project is one of them.
4.2 million people in Georgia have a criminal record. 4.2 out of 10 million people. So when anyone, much less the government, the solicitor, what's happening here today, comes out and says, you want to help people with that issue, you're going to see an outpouring of folks come out. And this is the law in Georgia, that if you've been arrested and not convicted, you can go through that process to have your record restricted from the state record and have it sealed by a judge. And that way background check companies and housing folk and employment folk will not see it.
Dads in Fulton County can claim a life-changing Father's Day gift. A second chance by getting their criminal records expunged. CBS 46's Haley Mason sat down with Fulton County Solicitor General to talk about his program. And Haley, we're not talking about serious crimes, misdemeanors, right?
Yeah, misdemeanors, Karen, but nonetheless, it's not every day that you hear prosecutors are helping get criminal records cleared. Well, that's what's happening here. The Fulton County Solicitor General is trying to help fathers get back in a good position for their families who need them. Some would consider it an early Father's Day gift from an unlikely place, the Fulton County Solicitor General's office. They're working to expunge criminal records for 1,000 fathers through June 16.
The big deal about Father's Day is that there's so many men who've made a misstep, but they need to be able to take care of their children and their families and lead in the community.
There's no question that doors are closed on you when you don't have a clear record.
Kevin Fisher represents clients trying to keep their records clear for a living. He says he supports this free opportunity.
It can be depressing walking around, having a record, not having a job. I'm a father. I have children. If I was walking around not being able to get a job
I'd be upset, I'd be depressed.
Normally, having a criminal record cleared can take up to 6 months and cost thousands of dollars. This program is free, and for the first time, it's completely digital.
Anybody who fits the criteria can easily obtain an expungement by simply logging on to our website, FultonRestorativeJustice.org, with a cell phone, a laptop, or a desktop.
Anyone who's come from court with a misdemeanor that did not result in a conviction is eligible. So are first-time offenders or people who were charged when they were juveniles.
These efforts are centered around giving folks the opportunity to be reemployed, to improve their work status, to improve their housing, but also to regain a sense of humanity.